What up?
Look who
What
showed
up? What up, world?
Oh my God, this is special for me. I had even
I
no
shocked
idea.
Mike right now. I popped in right when you had the intro going. What
Oh
up,
my God. And
everybody?
I didn't even have my earpiece in. I was like, oh my God, this is just a show for me tonight.
I know
Wrong.
I saw you didn't include me on the thumbnail, but that's all right. I'm here.
I'm
Like I said
sorry.
in the chat, I don't have to get ready because I stay ready.
There you go.
I'm just here for a bit, man. I had to come in for the intro and say what's up to the peeps here real
Oh,
quick. How you guys
nice.
doing tonight? What's up,
Good,
everybody?
man. Look at that. Oh man, you just ruined my whole beginning part.
I was gonna say I threw you all off, right?
A little bit. It's all right.
It is.
I'm gonna start.
So you
these
don't have my
guys.
backdrop or anything. I'll fall out here pretty soon, but I had to come in and say what's up to everybody.
No problem, brother. And I'm gonna get this thing going. We got a lot of people waiting, so
Let's
we're
do
gonna
it,
get
man.
this thing started. You're in the 2 spot, so you
Two
get a
spot.
nice easy pick in the beginning.
1 QB,
What
3
up?
wide receiver, 2 flex.
Correct.
There it is. Yeah. I know I'm here. I shocked myself, them boys. What's up, them boys?
Oh, you got
In
the
house
haircut.
today. Yeah, hair's cut. I'm good. No hat today. I knew you wouldn't allow me on the stream today unless I didn't wear the hat. So there it is, man.
Hey,
so,
I'm impartial about the hat, man. I you know
how it goes. You know how it goes.
Hey man, I'm getting to be at your point, my friend. So I'm more than okay with people, wearing the hat, believe me.
There it is. There it is. Oh man, that's good stuff. No, I just want to thank everybody that's out here, man. Shout out to FF Season here in the 1 spot.
Yes,
We
sir.
got Brandon Brack here today. Of course, Wilson. Big shout out to Wilson and Ambassador Extraordinaire.
Huge shout out.
Huge shout out. Getting all this going for us. We got Dim Boys in the house here in the 5th spot. Then we got 58 WK back here.
Yes,
and then
sir.
a couple new folks in here.
I think True X is Chief Finn from last time that we were here.
Oh, Chief Finn.
I think. Yeah. Chief
Oh,
Finn.
okay.
I think.
Then what's up?
I could be wrong.
We got 2 people with the name change in here. Chief Finn changed, and then our own Classic Mike changed from Her to Classic Mike, holding it down in the 8th spot here.
Yeah.
We got Bits Boys. I think he's drafted with us here before in the 9th spot. Chef Gravy's new to us, I believe. We got Raffy.
Yes, he is.
Raffy Bomb in here.
Raffy
so shout
Bomb.
out to everybody. He's been hitting it up with some nice gifts in the chat. So he seems like he's a lot of fun. So welcome to Get Right.
He's the equivalent of Ron Swanson.
Yeah, he's like another Ron Swanson. So shout out to Ron as well too. And then of course KJ Flint in the Get Right Dynasty League, holding it down in the 12th spot here. What's up,
Yes,
KJ?
Sir.
How you doing, man? Trade me Cam Akers or something, man. In the league, let's work something out. I think his value is probably low enough where we could work something else out now. So, but with that said, man, I don't want to take up too much of your thunder
good,
here.
brother.
I just had to pop in and say what's up, and I thought I'd introduce everybody.
Hey,
but how you
ahead,
doing, Mike, on this Friday?
Man. Hey, it's a Friday. I'm enjoying this wonderful Friday afternoon. I have a week off next week, so for me, it's just nice and relaxing to come out on a Friday night to be able to do something like this. So
there we go, man. Love it. Getting closer, man. Every week we do this. That means 1 week closer to the actual start of the season.
Oh, for
1 week closer to our Friday night mock draft tournament, where we're going to take all of the winners each week, the top 3, drop them into a 12-team best ball. And the winner of that will get $50. So if you're interested, make sure you keep staying with us here. Of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We're stuck at 359 right now, man. So someone tell someone to go sub to us so we can at least get over that 360 sub mark. But again, just big shout out to you guys for doing that. We really appreciate the support and the community as we continue to grow, man. So it's been a lot of fun.
We just need 1 a day. That's
one
it.
A day.
One a
Let's
day.
go. I'd like to get 2. I'm greedy. I'm just a little greedy. I'll take 2 a day, man. We'll take it. But no, I really appreciate you guys helping us out here. And it's a lot of fun to be able to come do this for you guys. So we hope you get, a lot of stuff out of it. And, from the feedback, and of course, we'll be grading this thing on Monday night. We'll probably go through it here and kind of just give you some initial thoughts, but we really like to take the time, put our rankings together, really dissect the teams, and come back, with some feedback. And as you guys know, especially Mike and I, we don't agree a lot, which is nice because you're going to really get 2 different perspectives, on your team, what we feel you could potentially do better, or how you executed a certain strategy that you were trying. So this is the place to do it. So we just want to welcome you guys all here.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So right now, I mean, there hasn't really been a ton of news. I wrote down a bunch of stuff just in case. I thought I was doing this by myself, so I had a bunch of stuff that I was going to talk about, which is fine. Believe me, I'd rather have you here. I mean, not much really has been going on. There's just a bunch of little things that might have happened. David Johnson didn't sign with the Saints. That's fine. Kareem Hunt looking for a new deal. I doubt that's going to happen. KJ Hamler might be starting on the pup list. But the biggest stuff, like the biggest news that we all know about, that we all kept hearing about today, most of today, is about the NFL wanting to significantly suspend Deshaun Watson. Now, this is a lot different than what we've been hearing. They've been a little bit more quiet up until now. There has been 2 other cases that are more than likely going to be added to this case, so it's going to be up to 26, and that's a big deal. And NFL is starting to go, I think we need to start doing something now, and it's kind of reached that that tipping point. They're talking about it. There's a lot of stuff at play. I've read too many articles about this to really care anymore. Like it's just so overwhelming. The only thing that I've read so far, like the NFLPA will probably try to defend him in a way, but that's their job. It's a union. They're trying to get him the lesser of the 2 things. Understood. But at the same time, I'm not touching him with a 10-foot pole. I don't think anyone should be touching him at all. I think he shouldn't be touching anybody either. But honestly,
No
you
pun
should just,
intended.
yeah. Honestly, it's just something that you guys should avoid altogether. I mean, he is somebody that is, in my opinion, toxic, and he's not worth it. He's not even worth the concept of he might be back. Let's just wait and see. No, they said they're going to be trying to come out with something soon. There's a third party that's working on the suspension. It's not going to be the NFL. It's not going to be NFLPA, but they're going to probably try to negotiate to a decent number. If that's what it comes down to, we'll have to wait and see, to be completely honest. But I just don't see good things coming from this. So
There it is, and I don't even want to waste my breath on it. So
yeah, I was
I'm
just
not
gonna
even going to
say.
respond. I'm going to get to Dim Boys, who I do want to talk about, and say, looks like I got my sniper out there. That was my next pick, Ant, and screw you. So,
Yeah.
yeah, back at you. I got him. You didn't. You're already snagging up 3 running backs already, so I don't know why you needed Barkley as well. But yeah, definitely one of the guys that we're kind of seeing starting to creep up the draft board with all the reports coming out. Mike, you're on the clock. Don't
No,
miss your
I
pick.
know. I was looking to
Ooh,
see who
Brees
I
Hall.
wanted.
Ooh,
Yeah.
new team. I like your team. It's new.
I'm trying to be a little
Um,
different today.
I like you. I like
I
that.
could have went Mixon there at the Henry spot, and
I
I
was
didn't.
surprised. I'm telling you, I'm surprised. But nice way to put it together. Um, but yeah, so no, that was a good pick there. Stacking up early. Obviously one QB here today. You got seasoned with 2 running backs and a receiver here in Allen.
Mhm.
Man, when I see Andrews just kind of, I don't want to say even really fall, but I just, when I'm kind of in this 2 or 3 spot,
Yeah.
when I see him come there and kind of hit me right there, I'd rather just kind of snag him and not really have to worry about tight end basically for the rest of the year, for the
Well,
most part.
yeah.
So
You hope. Yeah.
it's just, yeah, it's just kind of one of those things where you feel like you're comfortable, picking them every week and, or starting them every week. And so that's why I kind of do that. So I'm definitely practicing, that kind of strategy this year just to see how I can, put my team together, taking that tight end early. But when I do that, of course, that means I'm going to have to wait, on a
Yeah.
quarterback. I can't fall for that early quarterback trap.
Yeah.
As we kind of talk about, we don't really want to, you know, kind of combine strategies. You don't want to
Oh,
do a
agreed.
ton of different strategies all in one draft, and you kind of want to mitigate your risk. So if I'm taking that tight end early, that means I'm going to have to wait for someone like a maybe a Derek Carr or a Jalen Hurts, versus like an Allen or a Herbert, Mahomes, someone like that. So
Yeah, and
um,
I don't mind that either. I like the Derek Carr type pick if you're looking for something like that in this type of build. And the Derek Carr pick is great. I mean, honestly, I like Derek Carr a lot. He's a good late round value that he's that 10th round, 11th round guy that if you miss out on like the top tier, the Allens and like you don't really even want those. If you go with that Derek Carr pick, I mean, I was on. I hate even saying it, but one big piece of news that I didn't get to tell everybody is I just so happened to get Twitter. First time.
Hey, welcome to Twitter, Mike.
First time ever. Never been in it. I am God knows how old, and finally joined the black hole of Twitter. And when I'm on it today, one of the questions is how do you feel about Derek Carr moving into this season? Is where do you rank him? Below average, average, and elite, above, all those things. I said that he was an above average quarterback, and I think he is. He's probably he's third in adjusted completion percentage. He's a little bit lower on the passer, grade for PFF, but not like crazy. He's like right in the middle, and he's pretty consistent, and Adams can only make him better. So, I'm very comfortable with someone like him as, my quarterback if needed, and especially for that type of situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely someone, that you can do, again, if you are going late like that and, want to try to get some value early and not pay up for, one of those guys. When I do my rankings, I'll probably have them kind of somewhere just in between, 12 and 15, like you said, in that above average, kind of range. But I think he has, borderline potential to get there. So I'm looking in the chat here too.
About a Raider, huh?
Yeah, even I was gonna say, even with my Raider hate, I'm still there for it.
Nice.
This is what I was worried about, with of course taking that tight end early. Now I'm really kind of gonna be suffering, at that wide receiver one position. I was really hoping actually Sutton would fall to me. Looks like Dem Boys was kind of saying the same thing. I just thought, I might be able to get him in the 4th round. So I guess this is where he was going. So good pick, Rafi Baum there. And he's saying he got sniped, so it was just kind of like a, back-to-back type of thing. So I'm kind of stuck here, looking for, a wide receiver one in this area. Do I go Waddle?
You're going to have to go Waddle.
I'm definitely not going Godwin and Thomas. And then I think there's definitely a teardrop once we hit Robinson, but it is a high upside, offense with a good quarterback there. I'm not feeling Marquise Brown. I don't feel like reaching for Williams at this point either. Cooks actually kind of looks okay down here. But I think I'm just going to have to go Waddle, like you said, and just kind of hope those targets are there even with Hill. And just hoping, he takes some of that coverage away and has some potential.
Right back at you.
Definitely. So, and then, of course, I'm going wide receiver again.
There, man. I would go Robinson.
I think I'm going to actually pass that up. And I'm going to go with a different number 2. Also on the West Coast, also playing in a dome. And only because he's probably not going to make it back to me. And I'm just going to drink some of the Mike Williams juice this year.
Yeah, no, I'm not against it. I mean, one thing that I was watching the other day, I was, I'm apologizing right now. I had our screen all wasn't up.
Behind.
It stopped. It's okay. We're back. I had my other go. I have 2 of these going at once, so that I don't have to bring up the chat.
Yeah.
But either way, I was watching the Whispers the other night, and they were talking with Andrew Erickson, I think his name is, from Fantasy Pros, and he was talking about like one of his late round guys, and one of them is Joshua Palmer, and how much he liked him, and his skill set and all that stuff. So he's somebody, potentially keeping, your eye on later in drafts as well. So.
Yeah. I think when Allen went out or when Mike Williams was out last year.
Oh yeah. Joshua came out and played.
Yeah, he did have some good points. So, he's a potential there. So we'll see, what happens. So
yeah,
that should be good. Awesome. Well, we're definitely getting through the draft here.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn the reins over to you.
Nice.
I'll have to jump out here. I have to get the daughter into the pool, and I think either going outside, either in the pool, or she wants to play a game of Skip-Bo, one of the card games. So getting a little family game night going on here tonight.
Nice.
So that's
Robinson
why I can't. There he was. Sniped him right before you. Shouldn't have talked all that. Yeah, and who would have thought? He's going like true 0 RB there.
Hey man, we'll see how that works.
He was going to grab a 4th wide receiver, but there's still some diamonds in the rough down there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm kind of going for a little balanced team here. We'll see how it ends up playing out. Probably try to snag another running back here soon as well too, and then see how it goes. So good luck to everybody out there, man. Draft good, roll those sleeves up, and I'll see you guys on Monday, man.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Take care.
Later.
Later.
All right, all. So we're going to continue this. And one of the things in the chat we got is Drunk Squidward. What's going on, brother? He goes, Javonte Williams is a split back. I wouldn't be too high again this season. He's capped. And I think he's mentioning to the concept that Javonte Williams got all the way to the end of the second round. Normally, if I'm anywhere, I try, I'm trying a little different thing tonight. Usually I would grab Javonte. I love the talent. I know that he's a little bit capped with Melvin Gordon, of course, but Melvin Gordon's another steal in the 8th round, roughly. He's been climbing. You have to kind of reach for him in the 7th round. I was in a best ball I'm in a slow best ball draft right now, and he was just sniped in like the 8th round, and I was looking to get him, and he got taken away from me. So just make sure you're aware of those things. And where I was doing the slow draft was our good friend over here, Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you guys check them out. Great site to use for best ball. They're doing Best Ball Mania right now as well. If you guys use the promo code GETRIGHT, they will match up to $100, whatever you put in. So put in 100, they'll give you 200. Well, you'll get 200. So make sure you guys check out Underdog Fantasy, one of the best sites I've been on. They're doing the PGA right now as well. So they usually do the major tournaments. They don't do the minor ones. They do hockey, MLB, basketball, you name it. If it's on, they're doing it. You can do the pick'ems or just, daily fantasy, anything you want. So check them out. Great site. Use that promo code and they'll match whatever you put in. And that helps the show too. So make sure you guys do that. Got sniped from my tight end that I was looking to get on the way back. That's okay. So like I said, those are the few things of news that I had. I had a few other things as well. Carson Wentz, is he fitting well into the new he is fitting well in with the new offense out in Washington. As we know, the stuff going on in Washington is kind of crazy. Jack Del Rio getting, he ended up getting a fine, and he's paying that. So it's definitely a new place with Ron Rivera there. He's always been a good coach. Always liked him. So we'll have to wait and see how things are going there. Now that Terry McLaurin, they also mentioned the fact that he said they're not trading, Scary Terry, and we'll have to wait and see on that. Honestly, the one thing that kind of, makes me nervous is they were saying the same thing about AJ Brown. They were saying kind of the same stuff all around. And right now, sorry, I'm just trying to make my pick here. I think I'm going to go and reach. They've been saying the same thing, and then all of a sudden he's gone, and, he's traded, and, it is what it is. So, I think either way, he'd go to a contender. So I'm not really scared to, take him if he's available. He's a very talented wide receiver. So I'm very happy with him either way. So another little bit of news for the Commanders too is, Dotson, they said he's been looking good, looking electric in practice. Looks really good, which I'm assuming is because, Terry McLaurin's not there. So he's getting an opportunity to play and getting an opportunity to be out there, with Curtis Samuel and, basically whoever else they have there, which isn't much. And, he's a first round value. I see first round value. I kind of see the same comparison as what happened in Tennessee. So we'll have to wait and see. John Harbaugh, he was talking to reporters today or yesterday, actually, talking about running backs Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. And he also mentioned Ronnie Stanley, Pro Bowl left tackle. So he mentioned that they have a chance to be ready for day one of training camp, which is in about a month. He is more hopeful than anything. That doesn't, really do much. I was looking today just scrolling around, and one guy I like to follow is Prodoc, and he mentioned on a podcast that he is very low on J.K. Dobbins coming back and being on time. He's, probable that he might. He's really not on board with J.K. Dobbins coming back to full strength. Gus Edwards is in the same boat, but Mike Davis is there as next option. So as a best ball option, as a last pick or something like that, if you're looking for a maybe, that might not be a bad pick. So just someone to keep an eye on. CeeDee Lamb was held out of practice for a minor hamstring injury. So that happened recently. As we all like to say, it's better that it happened now compared to later in training camp and so on and so forth, or, in preseason. So something to keep an eye on. Jalen Tolbert was coming back from an injury, so he's back. So they kind of just replaced each other. So that's, it's significant enough. So just be aware of those things. I understand hamstring injuries early are something that people don't really stress about, but it's something that can nag you for the rest of the year. Those types of injuries are not easy to come back unless you are fully healthy. So just, don't just kind of go, hey, no, keep an eye on it. It means something. Joshua Palmer, like I mentioned before, from the Los Angeles Chargers, he's been in the starting role recently in 3 wide receiver sets with the Chargers. That's kind of big news. It's good to hear. I'm gonna do. Hold on one sec. I don't think he's gonna come back to me, but I'm gonna try anyway. No, I can't do that. I'm going to take my guy, Gabe Davis. Love Gabe Davis. Big fan of Gabe Davis. Like I said before, I'm now on Twitter. I'm getting used to the whole, tweeting and retweeting and doing this and doing that. So now that I've had, I got a better hold of what I'm doing on there, I'm starting to enjoy it. And one of the things that I found while I was there is the fantasy footballers. Jason Moore was talking about some value picks and things like that. And one of his value picks that, can do very well this year is Gabe Davis. And he had a good, conversation and, good little rant about Gabe Davis and why he thinks that. And it's actually very compelling. Mentioning the concept, I think he's only been in the league for 3 years and already has 20 touchdowns compared to, other people on his team. He has the potential. He has more red zone targets than most other people. Most other wide receivers that, you would think would have more. I think more than Emmanuel Sanders did and a few other people at that time. So honestly, Gabe Davis is one of my guys that I'm looking to grab as soon as possible. He's very interesting to me. I really like him a lot. He was definitely, I had to take him there. There was just no other way. I'm kind of hoping one guy gets back to me. I hope he does. If he were, it would be around here. I'm not saying his name, but I kind of already mentioned him. I don't care right now, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and be patient, not mention anything. In other news, we found out today or the other day that Raheem Morris, Raheem Mostert, he is close to full health. He posted the other day, he has a new child, which is, congratulations to him. And he mentioned that he was close to full health. He's almost to 100%. So that kind of makes it where, it's tough. Like, you now have a very cluttered backfield if he is healthy. Anthony, what would you like me to say? Kind of curious. So now we have to figure out what to do with this Miami backfield. Perfect. Oh, you want me to say who the person I want? I'm going to do it now. because they came back to me, and I'm reaching a little bit, and I'm okay with the reach because he's going around this point anyway, and that's Melvin Gordon. I will take Melvin Gordon there any day. I like Melvin Gordon over guys like Chase Edmonds, James Cook, Michael Carter, any of those guys. I'll take him. Rather take him now, just because I know he wouldn't get back to me. I have to kind of punt the tight end a little bit. I have to punt QB a little bit and get do what we were talking about with Anthony, is grabbing a Derek Carr type player if needed. So we'll have to wait and see how that turns out when it comes back around. But like I said, with the Raheem Mostert and Chase Edmonds, with Sony Michel, that's a very and Miles Gaskin, and even Solomon Oddman. We have a very cluttered backfield in Miami, and I think it's very hard to figure out what to do with that particular scenario. Now, this is actually an interesting pick coming from them boys, and I know he's watching, I know he's playing, I know he's mocking, and I kind of want to, this was brought up. I was listening, once again to the Fantasy Whispers, and they were mentioning the concept that Michael Gallup, there's a good chance he ain't coming back until late November. So if he's not coming back till late November, drafting him this high and in general is not a good thing. You're kind of losing all his value drafting this early. It's kind of like, we know Godwin went, out late. We know who was the other guy. We know who's the other wide. Oh, and we always wait on like DeAndre Hopkins because of the 6-game suspension. So drafting a guy like Michael Gallup or even Jameson Williams is tough because of the concept that these guys are going to be out for quite a while. The ACL injury, he still needs to heal from. So that will be later in the season. Drafting him in the, in this case, in the 8th round, I mean, it's tough. Like you don't want to have a guy that's just chilling like in your IR spot for how many weeks, who you drafted in the 8th round. You're missing out on everybody else that's going to go, before him or after him that you could have had. So I don't know. I'm not a fan of Gallup, drafting him at his current ADP. I'll have to wait and see how that goes. So then boys goes, I don't wait on Hopkins or Williams. Plus, he's my wide receiver 5. You are correct, sir. I understand. Just saying, even if he's the wide receiver 5, for me, that's just, it's always tough for me to grab a guy that I know that is permanently going to be on my IR, and I'm wasting an 8th round pick on him. If I was getting him in the 5th or the 13th round or anything like that, that's a whole different story. And he's like your wide receiver 6 or whatever it is. That's fine. But I just can't waste that type of pick on a player that isn't going to play for at least a couple months from what they're saying. They said he's probably going to be out for a minute from the last time I checked. So we'll have to wait and see. Speaking about the Cowboys, Dalton Schultz contract extension is likely. Last week or Monday, we discussed the concept that his contract was, or no, I think it was last Friday. They said that his contract was, he was upset about it, and it was a whole thing. And now contract talks are, more than likely going to happen. He has until, I think, July 16th to do what he needs to. FF. What am I going to do with you? Oh, there you are. So we have until then to make sure, they need to make sure to, sign him to a long-term contract. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm pretty sure he will be signing, and we won't have to worry about it. So that's likely. Another bit of news, which is small, very small. For those who remember Denzel Mims, I mean, he was a thing at one point. He's working with the 2nd and 3rd team. So that's making things like Garrett Wilson and Elijah Moore more likely to be the top candidates over there in New York for the New York Jets, which isn't a bad thing. They're both very talented players. Giving Zach Wilson more weapons is never a horrible thing. but I think building that line was the main goal, and I think that they're doing an okay job of that. I think Thomason is one of those players that can, that left guard that can really help this team, become better, keeping, Zach Wilson upright to be able to have more time to throw the ball. You have weapons that can get open so you can throw the ball. And everything's kind of running in the way that I want it. Perfect. I want every part of the Denver offense. I want it all. I don't care. I want every bit and piece of that Denver offense. So, Burrow went. He would have been my other guy that I would have really wanted at that point. Maybe Stafford. But I like Wilson. I've been drafting him pretty much everywhere. We'll see. Not a big fan of Hurts, but we've had that conversation before. Also, in other news, I got a video today of Michael Thomas. He posted some workout videos of his rehab, showing himself jumping on one foot up on a box. He's doing okay. Not completely encouraging. He's, still working on that ankle. It's been a minute. He's been working on that ankle for quite some time. So we'll have to wait and see. I like Landry better. Landry's definitely a better option. Chris Olave is also a pretty good option in my opinion. So we'll have to wait and see how his rehab goes. Jameis Winston's still working on his. He's been seen in camp with a noticeable limp. But he's coming back from surgery, of course. So we have to wait and see how that goes for him. But I'm not that high on him. Just not that high. All right. So we're coming around the turn. And from here, teams are looking pretty good. You kind of can tell who's doing what type of strategy. We see that Truex was going with a 0 RB, goes to the 7th round, ends up getting, Patterson and Ramondre Stevenson. One guy that I was dealing with in my best ball draft. Ooh, nice. So trying to figure out what I wanted to do there, I ended up going Tony over Stevenson, and Tony just got picked by KJ Flint. So those are two very good low round value picks that I like in, Kadarius Toney and Jarvis Landry. I think he has a good, skill set to be able to, do well as a wide receiver for the Giants. I kind of want anybody from the Giants. I know I'm a Giants, a little bit of a Giants fan. But at the end of the day, I think that the reason why I like having a Giant in any shape, way, or form is because of the fact that they are so undervalued that they just fall and they have such value for you to do well, because someone has to do well in that offense. And another guy that you should be keeping your eye on is Bellinger, their tight end, who is a very, for your dynasty league, if you're still doing your dynasty draft, which I know a lot of you aren't, but if you are, for some of us, like I said, for me, for my salary cap league, we usually do our dynasty league or our dynasty draft in August. So for us, he's an option. Bellinger is a very good option. Bad quarterbacks tend to go to the tight end, and rookies and, all types like that. They, I know he's like a 2nd, 3rd round guy, which is completely okay. I didn't want him to be a 1st round guy because they have they have a bad history. So let me see what I'm going to do here. You know what? I've been talking up the Giants. Am I going to pivot? No, I got to go tight end. I'm going to go tight end and grab Dallas Goddard, who has been falling like a stone in almost every draft. I don't understand it. He falls and falls and falls. I don't understand how I got him in the 10th. His ADP is at 70, which is 7th round roughly, 6th, 7th round. So I don't know how he's dropping to the 10th round. I understand maybe it's because of Jalen Hurts. But I don't know. I like Goddard, especially this late. Normally, I probably would have went Gesicki. I like Gesicki a little bit better. I like the offense better. I think Tua is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts, which isn't saying much. But it is what it is. So I keep looking around at all the other teams. Them boys is still waiting on a tight end. So we'll have to wait and see where he goes there. He might be grabbing my Mike Gesicki. 58 week. He's also looking for a tight end as well with Rafi Baum. Loved meeting Rafi Baum. Glad that he could be a part of this. He's, I met him in a draft and or a mock draft and he said, "Hey, let me know." And in it, former Army guy. So thank you for your service. Glad to have you on here. So glad to have a lot of people on here. Glad to have Wilson on here. Wilson, thank you for all you do, my friend. I always got to talk you up a little bit. You've been very helpful with Wilson does a lot with setting up these drafts and making sure that we got enough people. And, I've been a little bit busy for the last few days and he's just been a great help. So thank you, Wilson. I appreciate all the help. Look at that. Our very own CEO decides to go auto, and that's okay. I know he had his queue filled. He'll be fine. So it is what it is. We got Brandon back in the house. Glad to have Brandon back. He's been here with us every week since we started the season. Glad to have him a part of this group. He has Alec Pierce, in the 10th round, which is a great pick. I'm liking him more and more. I see his name coming up a lot more and more frequently in the earlier rounds, unfortunately. You can't get him at his old ADP at 14, the 14th round. You're getting him in the 10th round. So just keep an eye on that ADP because he's somebody I want. Sorry, I had to take a drink. So who else do we got going here? We got Chief Gravy. Chief Gravy's brand new to this too. I reached out to him the other day and he was very willing to come on the show. He really wanted to be a part of this mock. So I got him in. Look at that. Them boys grabbing Mike Gesicki. I think I know what he's trying to do here. I think he's trying to sway me to give him a better grade. Yeah, that's what he's doing. I know your tricks, them boys. I know your tricks. It's okay, though. We all take certain people for certain reasons. You know what? Since Kenny Golladay made it all the way back to me, I'm going to take Kenny Golladay. I didn't think he would. Really thought he would keep on going, but he made it back to me. I like the value. I'll take it. I've been very value, driven the last few weeks. Don't like to spend too much. Don't like to reach too much if I don't have to. I prefer grabbing a guy that is a little bit more my speed. Them boys. Really, I wanted Parker, but Wilson fucked me. Nice. Go Wilson with the snipe. I'm a big fan of Devontae Parker as well. As I mentioned, I think on Monday, that Parker has been, he wanted the trade out of Miami to New England. And he wanted to go to New England. And Bill Belichick said, "I want you," because he's played against them a lot. And it's kind of done well in New England or against New England the last few years. So I really do like Devontae Parker a lot. I think, he's clear the number one in New England. If he stays healthy, which I understand, if he stays healthy, but he is a very valuable asset. I think he's a great really good late round wide receiver if you're looking for one. And we're coming around for the 12th round. I have to figure out what I'm doing here. This is where I kind of, I have enough at the running back position that I can kind of, I can pivot a little bit. I can go one way or another. I can keep going wide receiver if I want to. I can grab a rookie here or go with a kind of a high volume pick. Hey, you know what? I keep hearing good things about this guy too. No, do I want to wait? I feel like I want to wait on one of them. Oh, I know that he's not going to get past here. You know what? I'm going to take it because I know he's going to be upset. We'll see if he gets upset. But I think this is who Dem Boys was looking to grab at this point. But I could be wrong. I don't mind grabbing Jalen Tolbert after what I talked to him about. Maybe my guy will get back. My other guy will get back to me on the other end. But it is what it is. I'm sorry for the dead air. We got FF Seasons right now. His team is JT. Oop. Now it's your turn to fuck me, huh, Mike? Yep. You grabbed the guy I wanted to come back. So you screwed me there, Dem Boys. You got me on that one. You got me. I wanted him to come back. I didn't think it was either going to be Bell or Tolbert, and I figured why not take the Dallas Cowboy? Why not? Continue the ruse that I'm a Cowboys fan. So we got FF Seasons. He has JT. He's got Javonte Williams going with Keenan Allen. Then he goes with George Kittle, Justin Herbert, Devontae Smith, Rashad Bateman. He goes with Chase Edmonds, Chris Olave, Dawson Knox, and Trey Lance as his team at the moment. Dem Boys was hoping I'd get both. Yeah, man. I was hoping to get both too. At least we split the difference. At least we spent, one of us got who we wanted. I have a guy coming up. Oh, I love these memes. I love these gifts from Rafi. Rafi is holding it true with the Rafi stuff. He is one of my favorite characters on the league. If you haven't seen it, go and see it. For those that are watching that are new to the program, make sure you guys have Sleeper, the app we're using right here. This is what we do. One of the best mock draft sites that best one out of the group, honestly. So make sure you guys check them out. Use that QR code right there. You can just scan it, download the Sleeper app, and then in the description of the show, you can go to our private Sleeper channel. That Sleeper channel is a wonderful community. You get to basically see everybody in this group. They're all in there. They're great people. Everyone's willing to help one another. We're all here for one another to make sure that, you guys win your fantasy leagues. That's the whole point of this whole thing, is to make sure you guys win those fantasy leagues. So make sure you guys check us out there. And, join a wonderful community. And when we go into in-season things, we'll start, doing a little bit more with like injuries and things like that. I'll post as much as I can on injury news. I will be doing that probably a lot more on Twitter now that I have it, just because that's just, a new thing. So new toy always likes, you always want to play with the new toy. So I'll be doing that. And, we also get things like Magoats. He always gives us his, fun fact of the day. And yeah, so make sure you guys check that out. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the show or to the channel. I really, we really appreciate that. Make sure you guys like the show, man. That's huge. For us, that means, we get looked at in a better way. The algorithms, everything works in our favor. So make sure you guys like the show. Leave some comments below if you want. I always enjoy that as well. AJ Green, good pick. I like AJ Green. All right, so I have to pivot a little bit. I don't mind going it with him. No. We can go with James Robinson. I like the James Robinson pick more and more every day. And now we're coming down to the last round of this. I'm sorry that it's kind of dead air. I had only so much stuff to talk about. Usually I am very talkative, as all of you know. I'm usually on here for about 4 hours during the season. So I'm always having something to talk about. Let me see if I have any other news that I can grab. For any of you guys that are Eagles fans, they just signed Jaguaris Tart from the 49er. Well, he was a former 49er. That secondary for the 49ers getting thinner and thinner. Tart was probably one of their better ones. Big fan of him as a safety. So Eagles are going to be I like the Eagles defense and secondary. They're going to be something. So we got DeAndre Swift season. Yes, unfortunately, we only have one draft today. Just because it's only me. And as much as I love to hear myself talk, I don't think you guys will want to hear me talk for that long about nothing and just kind of sitting here and having the draft going in the background. We are back next week. Every Friday night. We're going to do every Friday night that we can. Everything live. I'm trying to get new, the Twitter thing was a big deal for me because I'm trying to reach out to more people. I'm trying to see what I can do about networking with other shows, other people that are willing to come on, people that you guys might want to listen to. So please make sure, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Sleeper. It's basically the exact same thing as my Twitter handle. So make sure you guys, you can DM me if you'd like, tweet at me, whatever you got to do. I'm still getting used to it. But make sure you guys just hit me up and let me know who you guys like. I will be more than happy to try to reach out to a good amount of these people. I've already tried for a lot of people as well. So let me know what you're looking for and we will get it for you. I mean, that's what we do here. We're trying to give you guys as much as we can. And DeAndre Swift season, if you want, hit me up on Sleeper. It's the same, same tag. It's classic _ Mike _ GRFN. So make sure you just hit me up and I'll get you in the next one. Don't worry. We do these every Friday night, roughly around 10, anywhere between 10 and 12 o'clock on the East Coast. We try to mix it up. We used to do 2. We used to do one at 9 o'clock Eastern, one at 9 o'clock Pacific. But everyone has a crazy life. We're just trying to make it work with what schedules we have. So make sure, like I said, reach out. I'll get you in. I always get someone in. I got Rafi in. He was the most recent guy. Chief Gravy as well. So I always try. You can reach out to Wilson as well. Whoever you'd like I said, just hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on Sleeper. I'll get you in there. I promise. Let me know your Sleeper. At least make sure you let me know what your Sleeper handle is, and I'll get you in there. All righty? So we're wrapping up. We're almost to Mr. Irrelevant. We got FF Season being the Mr. Irrelevant today. And going with the last round of people, we got Darren Williams, Gerald Everett. I love that pick as a late round tight end. Gus Edwards, who I was talking about before. Deshaun was autoed. That's fine. Whatever. You're still going to get a D. Sorry, big boys. I went with Tua. I'm not going to even try your last name because I'm going to butcher it. Jamal Williams, great pick for that pick, for that particular scenario. Hopefully they split the backfield a little bit. Haskins, great pick. If I was, I should have maybe picked him up as a Derrick Henry owner. He'll probably be the number 2 in that backfield. We got John Ross from Kansas, or not John Ross. What's his name? Justin Ross. There we go. Justin Ross from Kansas City Chiefs. Then Odell Beckham, Kirk Cousins, Menchie, and drum roll, please. He's going to take it all the way down the wire, isn't he? Yes, he is. That's fine. Time's up. Raheem Mostert gets Mr. Irrelevant. So we are all done for today. I am going to wrap this up. So I want to make a special thanks to FF Seasons, the one and only CEO Rasta, who you guys met in the beginning. Good old Anthony. Glad to have him here for the first few minutes to talk to me and get things started. Then we got Brandon in the house. Love it. Love it. Yeah, Den Boy's going. Hilliard is 100% the number 2. We'll see. Haskins is a good rookie. He's about the same size as, well, not the same size. No one's the same size. 6'2", good size. Good running back. I do like Hilliard, though, but I think Haskins has the step up. Anthony going my team is way too good. Okay. All right. I'll look at his team. I don't mind it. I don't mind it a lot. Cook's good value. Algier is good. Like Menchie. Yeah, not bad. We'll have to wait and see. Wilson going. Thanks, Classic Mike. Great job as always. Giving me the loving eyes fire pound. Thanks so much, Wilson. Always a pleasure. You're next on my list. Thank you for joining. Thank you for always helping me out. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out Wilson. He's on Twitter as well. Always out there, always helping out everybody. If you want a logo done, he's your guy. Dem Boys, thanks again, man. Always enjoy having you here. The OG, the original of this group. So thank you. 58WK, thanks for coming out. Oh, Kevin, thank you. I appreciate that, man. We're here for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Like I said, follow me on Twitter, reach out to me, and we'll try to get you guys in. If you're looking to be a part of these mocks, let me know. We'll try to get you in. Thanks to Chiefin. Thanks, Chiefin or TrueX. Thank you for joining me with the Antonio Brown in the background. Myself with Bit Boys. Thanks again. Chief Gravy, I appreciate you being here. Rafi Bomb, what's going on? I really do love having you here. Holding it down in the chat. Doing a great job. KJ Flint, as always, thank you. Always love having you here. And Anthony letting me know that I'm doing a great job. Thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate it. I can't wait to see everybody next week and or Monday. We'll see. I got to look at my schedule, see how things go. But if I don't see you Monday, I'll see you on Friday. Hope everyone has a wonderful, hold on. I'll get this out of here because I don't want to look at my face like that. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy. If you have a long weekend, enjoy it. Have fun. Happy Juneteenth for those. And I forgot to say, because we got a couple of fathers in the house. Happy Father's Day in advance to all those. Anthony, Dustin, Demboy. Oh no, Demboys is not. Or maybe, I don't remember. I know you're a dog dad, so hey, I'll give you that one. But for all those in the chat, all those that are currently dads, happy Father's Day to all you guys. It's great, really great. Having you guys, and happy Father's Day to my dad. Can't wait to see him over the weekend. So make sure you guys check us out on Monday. And we got more stuff coming through. Happy Father's Day. I have 7 kids, Mike. Oh, Lord. Okay, I didn't know that. You learn little things every day. 7 kids. Damn, bro. Well, happy Father's Day to you, my friend. Enjoy that day. Hopefully you can get out and do whatever you want to do. Make sure you guys enjoy that day. And we'll see you guys back on Monday. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. If not, I'll see you on Friday. And take care.